Hey everybody, welcome back. And yes, my voice is back to normal, so there'll be no more problems. So before I get into this video, I am very sorry that my last two videos with Minerva and Colonel Jed did not go as well. I should have waited until maybe a little longer before doing those videos for you guys, but I just felt like it was the right time before I started to forget. And I feel like due to the lack of content I've been getting, I've been doing lately, it's because I just didn't have the money to pay for the rest. So I thought it was my way of saying I am sorry for the late delay, but I guess it turned into more of a bigger problem than it needed to be, because most of those two videos got an automatic dislike within like an hour or two, because apparently it's either my voice, which understandable, it was bad. And I just want to say this time, now that I got some more content for you guys, because I finally got 4 decks pretty much up and running and 2 update ones. In this video, you're going to be seeing a deck profile video update of Drajeweled. Finally, yes, finally a Drajeweled deck. Now, keep in mind, you guys, this deck is almost pretty much still in the set 7 era. I know we're way like 3 sets ahead of that already, because everyone's got their cases, everyone's got their boxes, their decks already up and running, their content's already up. It's like everyone already knows that, pretty much. But since I'm the one who has been like 3 sets behind anyways due to some financial problems, you guys gave me some credit for trying to get some content up there, trying to save up money to get the content I needed and stop paying for other things, So this Drajeweled deck is comprised a bit of a mix of set 7, set 8, and a little bit of set 10, I believe. Oh, excuse me, set 9. So it's a bit of a mix of all 4, or all 3 sets, pretty much. The only difference is this is not the Dragon Masquerade update one, because even though I got one Drajeweled mask, I still want to get my playset of those and some hydrograms before I actually get into that video more. So for now, this deck right here is my update version. I think it's basically the star power that I've been waiting for a long time. I guess it's safe to say that it just went straight from planet power to star power and then crystal power, pretty much. The final eternal power would be the Karmic Dragon Drajeweled mask, once I get that up and running. So watch me try and get that more closely. But for right now, this is the build that I've seen a lot of people recommending me and trying to, and I just want to get my little twist on it too. So without even further ado, you guys, let's just hop right in this video, because it has been a very long time. Because I know it has been quite a long time, and I do really apologize for the late delays and late content. I know I shouldn't be calling this channel my deck profile weekly videos, because the whole point about deck profile weekly videos, they do it based on weeklies. And since I haven't been doing that as of late, due to some depression, shows, performances, and saving up money, which everything's like freaking expensive right now, and I'm trying to get like, everything the best way I know how, that's why. So, again, guys, this is my apology, and let's get just right into the video. I know I should have done this early on, but you know what? I feel like I had to say something to you all, because you are my loyal audience and my followers who follow me, and some of you may already left, understandably, it's okay, and some who may not like my channel, understandable too. I'm doing this for myself, and if some things have to take time, it will take some time. That's all I'm just going to say. Alright, so for the ride deck, we are of course using Jewelias Dracokid, of course. And for grade 1, we're using Jewel Core Dragon for the Jewel Soul. Of course, the ride line really hasn't changed too much, so that's why. And that's why we're also playing a grade 2 Demonic Stone Dragon Jewelneel. And then we also found our final boss, which I finally obtained the copies I needed. Instead of using the spirit form, Demonic Jewel Dragon Drajeweled. So I finally got that deck up and running. So this is the new red line. I don't know. Damn fruit flies. I gotta just remove it up and running a little bit. But yeah. But anyways, you guys, that is a confirmed ride line for me. And I'm glad I finally got this little number right here to finally complete the deck. So that is the ride line. I'm also using Mazanori's color sleeves from Michiru's as well, because I can't afford the uniformers, and every time I want one, they're already sold out. So, sadly. Alright, so my trigger lineup is slightly different. The same numbers of cards are in there always, but there are some new ones I like to try out too. So, for the heal triggers, I'm playing the new ones from set 9 is Direful Doll Charmaine. So she's your new your new effect heal. Basically, if your opponent's Vanguard is greater than yours, when you guard against this card or against that card, it's going to be a 10,000 power to the shield and to the end of that battle. So that's why I chose 2 of them. Everyone's telling me that this is a bad card. All the new effect heals are just pretty much bad. Just use the basic ones and you'll be fine. I'm thinking about that, but I want to try out all my options first, like option 1 and 2, so to speak. The next one we have is Incorruptible Holy Light Eufha. So it basically means if your opponent attacks again, opponent's Vanguard attacks twice, add 10,000 or 15,000 power to the shield from this one. Yep, 15k. My bad. And then the other one we have is Brilliant Floral Uania. And of course, this one I hardly ever use this effect because I'm still trying to figure out, because not many of my opponent's rear guards have an automatically like original 2 crits and all that stuff. So that's the T right there. So yes, that is my little heal triggers. So we're going to move them right up here. And of course, we are playing 2 draw triggers, which is Rouse, Wildmaster, Riley. And everyone's always telling me just forget the fronts, which I don't know why you all hate the front trigger so much. I still don't understand it. And play draws and criticals and you'll be fine. No. That's only for people who really don't have a very correct, creative mind, I should say. Moving on, I'm playing 7 criticals, which is I'm playing 3 copies of Lively Breath Dragon, because this is an Abyss Dragon deck, pretty much, so you gotta really have a lot of your dragons. Then we also have the Stim Deviant Dragon, which is 4 copies of it. You guys can play any critical triggers you want if you guys don't want to play this one. I prefer to play it because, and just in case you want to use it for the extra boost and whatnot, there's no shame in it. It's kind of whatever your preference, whatever you feel comfortable doing. I'm playing 2 Diabolos girls, Natalia. And also we introduced a new over trigger, which is Terrifying Wicked Dragon King Vamfrieze. So this is the newest one from the set 7 collection. Find out. So this might be perfect for Drajeweled. You're always welcome to use the Hades Drajeweled one. I prefer to try out this one because it's as critical. It's like it is kind of like similar to that of Drajeweled. So any over trigger you want, it's all good. It's just my preference, so I want to try out something different. Plus, I got 4 copies of this guy for all my Dark State decks. So there's that. Now, grade 1s, this is going to be a very short grade 1 lineup because most of my deck is comprised of grade 2 and grade 3 plays. Personally, I know this is probably not a good move, but let me just hear me out and I'll tell you why. So for grade 1s, we are playing 4 copies of Brainwash Swirler. This card right now is, for some reason, grossly overpriced. I don't understand why it is, because maybe it's that good, maybe it's why not. But I think people are just using it too much for the meta decks. Unfortunately, I did not get the full K performers, so I'm going to have to order those online. And then maybe I could have Brainwash Swirler and Falcade in the same deck. And maybe cut out maybe a grade 3 or grade 2 just replacement for Falcade. But for right now, I'm using Brainwash Swirler. You can always also use Gunram as well, if you want to go more lower budget. But I prefer this unit because, one, it's part of Michiru's deck, and two, actually Michiru's character deck. And then this one gets a 5,000 power boost anytime a unit goes into Soul. So it hits big fat numbers right there. So that's the only grade 1 normal summit unit. And then we have 3 complete guards, which was the newest one. Repelled Malice Dragon. And we also have the Elementaria Sanctitude. So for some reason this card is grossly overpriced as well. I think it's still in the $25 or $20 section right there. But it's still a good card. Lucky for me, I got a crap ton of this card. And when the new Orphis Rages comes out, the new trial deck, I'm like, God forbid, you guys. This is so going to be like how Leonore, Skyfall, and Drajeweled actually were. They're going to make you do like those expansion packs ones, get all your high rarity number cards. Okay, cool. I may have to buy a shit ton of those to get all my play sets, but I will do it. I will grossly overprice my deck. Okay, I'm done yapping. Sorry. Now, like I said, my deck has the grade 2 plays for me personally. I think the grade 1s and 0s are just there to fuel the soul. So, for grade 2s, I am playing 4 copies of Demonic Stone Dragon Rock Argors. This card I've seen a lot in plays as well, if not anything less. But let me read to you guys since this is all pretty much new. So the Rock Argor, when this unit attacks a grade 3 or greater unit, if your soul has 4 or more cards with different grades, this unit gets 10,000 power in the end of turn. Great. When you soul blast 4 or more cards at the same time for the cost of your Vanguard's ability, which is Drajeweled. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, counterblast 1 and stand this unit. So basically, you attack with Rock Argor first, then Drajeweled. If you got the necessary cards you need, you can counterblast and stand another unit. Basically, you can get 4 more attacks in the turn if you're lucky. However, if you have these 2 on both rear guards, that's a total of 5 attacks. So, it all comes down to Drajeweld's number of cards in the soul. But it's still a good card. The next one we have is Demonic Stone Dragon Matelvaara. Now, Matelvaara is in here for a reason. For me, when this unit is placed on rear guard, counterblast 1. Choose a card from your drop and put it into your soul. Then, if your soul has 4 or more cards with different grades, this unit gets 10,000 in the end turn. So he's in here to fuel your soul with the necessary grades you need to complete Drajeweld's deck, or Drajeweld's. Why did I say Drajeweld's deck? I don't know why. Drajeweld himself. So he's in here to fuel it. That's all he's ever in here for, and gains 10,000 power. So in case you don't get Rock Argor, you also can get Matelvaara. Next, we're using the set 10 unit, Cranium Burner. This is a Drajeweld support card. I figure it'd be much more helpful. Maybe I'll probably take it out eventually, but just hear me out what he does. When this unit attacks, if you have a Vanguard with Drajeweld in its card name, this unit gets 2,000 power in the end of battle. At the end of that battle, if you soul blast 4 or more cards at the same time, for the cost of your Vanguard's ability, this turn, retire this unit and countercharge. So his main power is just countercharging. So, and since Rock Argor and Matelvaara both use counterblasts, he is actually perfect for that. So, there you go. More to spare. And then also, for the last one, who doesn't know the counterblast, and y'all can say that I'm very counterblast heavy, too much, but just hear me out. I'm playing 4 copies of Clean Sweep Dragons. Now, everyone's always telling me this card is gold. Pretty much one of the best cards in the game for Dark State. For Gear Chronicle, for anything. Basically for this reason. If it's a 1-turn active skill, if you Persona Rogue this turn, Counterblast 1, choose up to a total of 3 or more of your opponent's rear guard of yours or your opponent's rear guards, and you and your opponent put the chosen rear guards into your souls. This unit gets 5,000 power in a turn for each card chosen by this effect. So, I know this may be good for your soul as well, because you want to have more cards in the soul with different grades, but at the same time, you want to get rid of your opponent's rear guards, who can be a bigger threat. So this will help you just clean the board for a little bit. Most people I've seen, they don't want to use it on their own rear guards. Instead, they use it on their opponent's rear guard. So, makes sense. That's why it's basically, it's a big fat fuck you to your opponent. Is what this card's saying. So yes, that is my grade 2 lineup. Now for grade 3s. We are playing 7 grade 3s in this deck. Just for the main ones, we're playing 3 more copies of Drajeweled for the personification ability, persona right ability. And then this little guy is a key card. We're playing 4 copies of Demonic Jewel Dragon Ristar Galers. Basically what Ristar Galer has is this skill. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, if you Soul Blast 4 or more cards at the same time, for the cost of your Vanguard's ability, which most of these cards actually have that skill, put a card from your hand into the Soul. Draw a card and choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. Okay. Guys, I have a confession. That last effect, draw a card and choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. I remember the retirement skill. I forgot the draw skill. I could have had an extra card by now. Well, guys, it wouldn't be my video if I didn't show any bloopers or any, like, new fear unlocks kind of things. So, you know, it's all good and fun and dandy. So, anyways, you guys, that is the updated deck profile video that is finally made of Demonic Jewel Dragon Drajeweled. So, no longer a spirit, but flesh and blood. Anyways, you guys, that concludes the video for this week. I hope you guys did enjoy this video a lot more pleasant than the other two, and I vaguely, again, apologize for Minerva and Chrono Jet Dragon. I did not mean to insult them. I sincerely apologize. If I ever do an updated deck profile video for those two, I will be happy to do it professionally. Anyways, you guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for being good supporters. You guys can't imagine how much this means a lot to me. To finally do videos again, even if it's just 4 videos total, pretty much, so, but it's still, for me, a good thing to get rid of, because I've been going through a lot lately, and I hope you guys can understand that I'm trying my very hardest to give you guys the best content, the best of my abilities. And as always, you guys, if you guys do enjoy my content, please subscribe, thumbs up for this channel, comment down below, let me know what you guys think, and rate, comment, you know, all those good stuff. As always, you guys, I've been your host, Siren Frost. Have a good night, and happy 4th of July celebration.